So the movement of the plates around the Earth can cause earthquakes, but it's not the only process, because for the last 2.6 million years, where we are in Britain has been subject to the advance and retreat of ice sheets, sometimes burying the Black Country by, some authors suggest, up to 6 kilometres of ice, and that imposes a huge load, squeezing the surface of the Earth. And when that melts away again, then the Earth rebounds. The process of buoyancy within the Earth's surface, geologists call isostasy, and the adjustment when you load the Earth or unload the Earth is called isostatic adjustment. In the case of the last ice sheet, it melted away from the Black Country about 12,000 years ago, and in so doing it took a huge weight off the land, and the Earth has been rebounding. So quite apart from the fact that the whole landscape of Britain is being shunted sideways by tectonic movements from the mid-Atlantic ridge, which shove us sideways into Europe and Asia, at about the speed our fingernails grow. We've also got the offloading of all the ice weight when the last ice sheet receded. So it's equally likely, if not more so, that the Dudley earthquake is due to a vertical adjustment of the crust because of the removal of the ice from the last ice sheet. So we're seeing old cracks in the Earth's crust moving through a variety of stresses and strains imposed from within the Earth and from the climate systems on top of the Earth. Now, the Ice Age is an interesting thing. Most people think of the Ice Age as a great time of ice, but the reality is that the climate changed in a cyclic nature over at least the last 2.6 million years here in the Northern Hemisphere. And during that time there have been as many as perhaps 17 advances of ice across our landscape, and then melts into what we call warm periods or interglacial periods. The cold icy periods are called glacial periods, but they don't last for millions of years, they last for tens of thousands of years, and then they recede and we have a return to a much warmer climate. And in the last interglacial here in the Black Country, the Stour Valley was actually home to hippopotamus and lion and hyena and very warm-blooded, warm-liking animals that crept across from the continent. So that was a long time before the arrival of man and before any industrialisation by man. So the climate's been varying quite a lot in short cycles, with or without industrialisation, and to the geological community that proposes certain questions and difficulties with current